Hi everyone, my name's Chris and welcome back to Scarecraft. Now, time for another craft tie-in to a local legend. I made this devilish imp based off of a myth found in the historic city of Lincoln. Now, if you take a walk around Lincoln, you will see imps hidden away in lots of places. Shops sell them, they're included on street signs, and this is because Lincoln has a particular local legend relating to a stone imp statue sat in the majestic Lincoln Cathedral. Long ago, when Lincoln Cathedral was still echoing with the sounds of chisels and monks chanting, the devil sent two imps to cause mayhem. Tiny, wicked, and buzzing with mischief, they tore through the cathedral, toppling candles, shattering stained glass, and cackling as they danced across the rafters. But their fun ended when an angel appeared in a blaze of cold white light. One imp froze in terror, the other froze in defiance. Perched on a pillar, he jeered at the angel, daring it to stop him. A single flash, and he was turned to stone, locked forever in that cheeky, twisted grin that you can still see today high in the angel choir. But the second imp? He wasn't sticking around. He bolted out of the cathedral and vanished into the shadows of Lincoln's narrow streets. Some say he still lurks and is responsible for the brisk winds outside the cathedral, stirring up trouble when the night gets too quiet. Others point to a carved figure on a building across from the cathedral, a modern grotesque watching, waiting, as if the runaway imp is keeping an eye on its petrified partner, or waiting so long that he too eventually turned to stone. So that's the legend, and my aim was to build my own imp to display. And if you want to have a go at yourself, here's a quick list of what I used. Now, the classic way to sculpt a figure is to make an armature wire frame, but I'm not a great sculptor, and armature wire really isn't my thing. So I wanted to shortcut the humanoid form for the imp, but have it more or less proportioned like a human. So a quick way to do this, and cheap, is to use an old action figure. They're normally multi-articulated, so you can get close to the pose you want, and you just need to cover them with a thin skin of clay. I used this old Action Man figure, and the bad news was for him, he would no longer need his hands, feet, and even worse, his head. Brutal, but necessary. So after he'd been through surgery, I then put him into the position I wanted and added some milliput clay into the joints to prevent them from moving and to lock the form in place. You can use hot glue here instead if you don't have milliput. I then took small amounts of foam clay, pressed it really flat, and then wrapped it like a second skin all over the model, using water to smooth it out as much as possible. I put small wires into the ends for the model's hands and feet to provide some support for the fingers, as these sections will be more vulnerable. For the head, I made a rough head shape out of tinfoil and decided to use glass marbles as eyes. I thought these would make excellent shiny eyes for the imp. I made 2 holes for the eye marbles to sit. Then I wrapped this in masking tape and started moulding clay to form the head with the eyes held in place. Once I had the basic shape, I added a little detail and a couple of old horns from an old toy I used for its head, but you can make these out of clay as well if needed. I carefully added some clay to the wire fingers and toes, and then just smoothed that over again with some water. I added some supporting wire for the neck and at the back, ready for the wings. Now, the wing bones were made from polymorph. This is a moldable plastic that you can get that becomes workable at 60 degrees centigrade and is perfect for this sort of thing. I decided to use this rather than foam clay as the wings needed to support their own weight. I wanted the wings to be properly bat-like, so I used my method of making latex skin. I covered this in a previous video, and I'll leave a link for that in the description so you can catch it. But basically, make a flat clay mold, add latex, and then you'll end up with a nice batwing-like material. I cut this to size, hot glued it to the polymorph frame, and then added more foam clay to add definition. I used thin bits of plastic cut into points for the claws and teeth, and then assembled everything ready for painting. First, I undercoated everything in black. Be sure to cover the marble eyes when you do this to protect them from getting paint on them. I then used a dark red paint, watered down a little at first to start picking out the raised areas of the imp. focusing on every surface raised to the light, but leaving the underside darker. I kept adding coats of this, focusing the repeat coats on the highlighted areas until I was happy. I then added a lighter red to the mix and went back over the very highest points of the model to further highlight this with bright red. I gave the horns, claws and teeth some paint in brown and beige to finish it off. And that was it, done. My own mischievous imp, perfect as a Halloween decoration or just to leave on the shelf and frighten visitors. Now you could use whatever colours you feel like for this model, and it can double up as a little devil or a witch's familiar, or if you want to make it as part of your Halloween display. I hope you enjoyed that, and don't forget to check out the other videos on my channel. You'll find all sorts of spooky builds. Until next time.